Hello, and welcome to Take a Sip, the monthly YouTube show about everything community investments program. My name is Meaghan Morris. I'm the senior associate over in the CIP office, and today I am joined by a very familiar face to you all by now. It's none other than our CIP program's associate, Sam Kayuha. How's it going, Sam?
Hey Megan, it's going great. Thanks for having me on.
Oh my gosh, of course, we love to have you. As many of you faithful viewers know, the SIP applications open on April 1st. These applications include the Beacon, the Gratitude, and the Spotlight grants, and the first step of the Impact Grant process, which is the Impact Intent. Now, each of these grants have their own guidelines, so we thought we would give you a quick little crash course on today's episode.
Yeah, to start out with is the Gratitude Grant, which is our most flexible grant. The Gratitude Grant is our way of saying thank you to every lodge that has met the GER's per member giving goal for giving to the ENF. To be eligible for the Gratitude Grant, a lodge must meet that per member giving goal by the end of the prior fiscal year. And there are also four $500 bonuses available for this grant, and these are based on membership support, Fidelity Club membership, participation in the Chair Challenge, and a new fundraising increase bonus.
Oh my gosh, a new bonus. How exciting.
Yes,
Can you give us a little bit more information about that bonus, Sam?
I would love to. Yeah, the fundraising increase bonus, it rewards lodges that have increased their giving to the foundation by 10% over the prior fiscal year. So this year, lodges were tasked with raising their 22-23 fundraising by 10%.
Yes, that is fantastic. And we are so excited for lodges to have the opportunity to receive a $4,000 gratitude grant if you receive the base gratitude grant and all four bonuses. And that means that the Beacon, the Spotlight, and the gratitude grant can learn, lodges can earn up to $10,000 for charitable projects to help strengthen their communities, which is so exciting and what we've been striving for many years. So, Sam, how can a lodge check if they are eligible for a gratitude grant?
Well, that would be through the Gratitude Grant bonus dashboard, which we'll link here in the comments. This dashboard just shows lodges their current per member giving. It shows their individual goals toward each bonus and how much they have to go before they qualify for each bonus.
All right, excellent. So take a look at your dashboard and see how your lodge is doing. Lodges have until March 31st to make the per member giving goal of $4.80. And just so we are all aware, our last business day before this close is Thursday, March 28th. So after 4:30 p.m. Central Time on March 28th, we will no longer be able to accept donations over the phone. So make sure you're either doing it over online or just getting them in early to make these goals.
And as usual, if you think your lodge will qualify for one or more of the Gratitude Grant bonuses, but that's not reflected on the dashboard yet, we'd advise that you wait to apply until the 2023-24 fiscal year has officially closed, which usually happens in May.
That is a very good call. Gratitude grant applications are open until January 22nd of 2025. So there is plenty of time to apply, even if your lodge waits a couple weeks or a month. Sam, you mentioned that the gratitude grant is the most flexible grant. What kind of projects can it be used for?
Many projects. Yeah, there's a wide variety of charitable projects that the Gratitude Grant can be used for. A lodge can use it for an active project, like building a playground for children with special needs, or maybe assisting with an adoption day at an animal shelter. They can also be used for direct donations to 501c3 nonprofit organizations. And we should also mention gratitude grants can be split among multiple projects, so the possibilities to help your community are nearly endless.
Oh, that's great. That's being able to be split among many projects, and that is different than the Beacon grant, correct, Sam? And what can we expect from the Beacon grant this year?
Yeah, so that is a bit different than the Beacon Grant. Beacon Grants can only be split between two projects, but Beacon Grants are still worth $4,000. They're available to every lodge, and these grants are to be used for active lodge-led ongoing projects. This year, we're expecting lodges to have some kind of return to active participation with their Beacon Grant. So that means we'll still consider donations under the Beacon Grant to organizations like food pantries or homeless shelters, but we will require an element of active participation, which could be things like volunteering with the organization that's receiving the donation.
All right, great. And what kind of projects can be approved with the Beacon grant?
Well, the Beacon Grant can focus on any population in need in the local community. This can be from families who are under-resourced to veterans struggling with mental illness to individuals with disabilities. In addition to these kinds of donations that I mentioned, active projects can range from assisting foster children who are aging out of the foster care system. They're often in need of items and resources to make their own home. Another great option is starting a community garden, which really brings community together in an active way, and then you can get the proceeds, the food that you grow towards people that are in need of it. And like I mentioned, Beacon grants can be split between two different projects. Um, which is a bit different than the Spotlight grant, which can only be used for one project. Um, Speaking of the Spotlight grant, that's another one that we have some slight changes to this year, don't we, Megan?
Yes, that is correct. Last year, we revamped our seventh project type to be hunger relief, where a lodge can use the $2,000 spotlight grant to combat food insecurity in its community. And we heard some feedback from lodges and from Elks, and we have decided to expand that hunger relief initiative to include all essential needs. So items like hygiene products, cleaning supplies, winter clothing, and other items that might not be covered by SNAP.
Awesome. So what kind of projects could that look like?
Sure. Well, lodges can still do projects that focus solely on food insecurity, like providing food baskets directly to families or working with schools to distribute food to children over the weekends or vacations. Lodges, similarly to Beacon Grants, you can participate in a community garden or host cooking classes or deliver food to seniors who are homebound. But with these projects, lodges can also distribute essentials like hygiene products and winter clothing. And if these organizations have higher purchasing power, lodges are also welcome to donate directly to these organizations, specifically like food pantries, soup kitchens, Meal on Wheels, or homeless shelters. But we would also like to see an element of elk involvement.
Wow, that sounds like there's many ways for lodges to make this project one of their own.
Oh, exactly. And we still have the six other off-the-shelf projects that a lodge can choose from. One of our dedicated projects there. Three deal with veterans experiencing homelessness, and three involve family literacy that you can use with your Spotlight grant.
And you can find in-depth descriptions of each of these project plans at our website, which is elks.org/CIP.
Yes, and every lodge is eligible for a Spotlight grant, right, Sam?
That's right. Yeah, lodges can also merge their Spotlight grant with the Beacon grant to increase that Beacon grant to $6,000.
Wow, that is amazing. And $6,000 is more than half of the largest grant that we have available, our impact grant. And impact grants are $10,000 competitive grants that every lodge can submit for. The application for the impact grant is two-tiered, and that means that a lodge must first submit an impact intent to be submitted. Select lodges are then invited to a full application.
And impact grants will also open on April 1st. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct. The impact intent, the first step of the process, opens on April 1st, and it's essentially the elevator pitch of the proposed project. It's only 3 questions long, basically asks the what, where, and why of the project, and it can be found on our website under the impact grant section.
And do you have any advice for lodges that are looking to submit an impact intent?
Yes, of course. For impact grants, we're looking for large scale ongoing projects that the lodge spearheads that tackles a niche issue that is facing your community. The best advice I can give is to contact me directly before you submit an impact intent. I can read over everything because impact intents cannot be edited once they're submitted. So I can offer direct recommendations based off your project there.
Great. Impact intents are not due until August 15th, so you'll have plenty of time to put together a project plan with your lodge and reach out to us for any personalized advice.
That's right. And we want to see the best grant projects possible, so we are always happy to help. Again, impact intents are due on August 15th, and then the Beacon, the Gratitude, and the Spotlight grant applications are not due until January 22nd, 2025. We hope to see every lodge apply for grants, so if you have the smallest idea of how you can help your community, just give us a call or submit an application.
Exactly. We will also be hosting webinars on each of these four grants that we mentioned. We'll put the registration information in the comments. But if you can't make the webinar live, don't worry. We'll also record them and post them all together once they're complete.
Exactly. And you sitting viewers at home may also be wondering about the Freedom Grant. While that program is run by the Veteran Services Commission and not our office, we can tell you that $1,000 Freedom Grants will be awarded to 1,000 lodges, but that is on a first come, first served basis. So please make sure that you are in compliance and able to apply by the time they open on April 1st. And of course, visit elks.org/vets for more information on that Freedom Grant.
Thank you all for joining us on this episode of Take a Sip. This has been Sam Kayuha.
And I'm Megan Morris. We hope to see your grant application soon.